Alrighty, I think we can get started. I am John Conroy. Welcome, everybody. Good morning. I am our SVP of Marketing and Communications, and welcome to our first office hour, half hour, where we're going to be showing off the new look of the software that's coming up this weekend. And our CTO, Simran Butalia, who I believe many of you know, is going to take us through that, as well as a little preview of some features that are coming up. And so without further ado, let me hand it off to Sim.
Hello, everyone. Quick mic check. Can everybody hear me okay? Awesome. Welcome to our first office hour. We have a very exciting update. We have upgraded most of our components and are continuing to do that, so we'll run you through that. But before we get started, I want to say hello. Could you get your phones out, scan this QR code, and just send us a quick video where you're logging in from. Just hello, my name is, and I'm from Los Angeles, something like that. We would love to put a video together at the end to show you the cool collaboration features on BeBop and how this all comes together with all your wonderful support. So if you can take a quick minute, scan this with your phone on your camera, and just send us a quick video from your phone, that would be really awesome. We'll give it 2 minutes while everybody's joining. We'll run through this real quick. Awesome. Hopefully everybody got that QR code, and also post it in the chat window real quick. So if you didn't get the QR code, please click here on the chat window, and you can also upload it from there as well. All right, let's get started. Well, this is our agenda today. We'll have a brief history of where we are coming from and do a show and tell of our new look, give you some insight into the go forward branding. We're rebranding everything, as you saw, with our new logo, and show you a little bit about what we can do with live production on BeBop. As you know, we're got our handle on post-production. Now we're diving into live production. And then we'll introduce OS1 subscriptions as well. And then we'll leave it to Q&A at the end. So BeBop's been here for 6 years. With files, we have transferred over 1 billion files using Rocket. And these are live numbers. Over 1 million workstation hours all the users have used over the 6 years, and over 50,000 collaboration links to send files, receive files, do notes. And currently we're managing over 1.8 petabytes of storage on a day-to-day basis for various clients. We've deployed globally. We went all the way from east to west to London to Frankfurt to Singapore, India, Mexico City, pretty much our global footprint. We're multi-cloud, multi-region. We've also done DR workflows. Some customers have accidentally deleted their files, and we were able to recover them in terabytes. So we've done complete DR workflows. Numerous integrations. We started with only one integration 6 years ago. That was Teradici. Now we have Parsec, Junk Desktop, LucidLink, OpenDrive, NetApp, Zadara, NDI integrations, Looper integrations. So we're continuously adding to the platform, and it's become a very robust integrated platform. Obviously supported at all 3 clouds simultaneously, so you can actually deploy in AWS, GCP, and Azure at the same time. As I mentioned, we have VFX. You know, we've done anything from shotgun integrations to heavy nuke and conductor type rendering. We've done post-production, and now live production is also very prominent in our platform as well. We have worked with wonderful customers like you, and we've added to our customer base, and it's mission critical to keep adding on more customers. But we've done an awesome job of supporting all these customers and these workflows, and been on broadcast with the wonderful content that our customers create. So let's just get right into it. What's our new look, right? We worked really hard to take our existing application, give it a new look, but also improve a lot of security. So all our components are now getting upgraded to the latest standards to fight against all the latest malware and ransomware and all the malicious attacks that are out there. So we have brand new libraries under the hood and a brand new interface above it. So let's take a look at that. BeBop client, we call it 4.0. Silently, we have been upgrading in the background. So we started 1.0 and now we're at 4. So here we go, the new look. So very similar to the existing look, but a lot nicer look and feel, smoother colors, smoother fonts. You log right in using your existing tool set. Everything will look familiar to you. You'll have a new dashboard. It's a lot simpler visually. You'll have all your pods on the right side. If you belong to multiple organizations, you can jump into those multiple organizations as a freelancer on the left side. We have a nice little interface here for your settings, support, log out. You can switch through your organizations up here. We'll start to see metrics if you have any file folders and you're on a different screen, and it'll start to show you notifications there. Once you select your pod, you can also switch pods up here as well. So this is now your new workstation screen. Smoother colors, more cleaned up. We have a nice little info button here for you to download anything you need, and this will continue to grow with additional details as here for your content. Filtering, now you can filter by users. You'll see Edward is logged in right now, so I can dive right in to Ed's workstation. I can filter by different states, so the starting is running, stopping. These filters will continue to grow. Please take notes. If you do like to see additional filters here, additional functionality, we'll be happy to continue to add this on here as well. The process of getting into workstation is still familiar. You just start right here, click on start now. It'll go through the process, smoother colors, better notifications up here, but the process is still the same. And you can still go into all the various types of workstations, such as Jump Desktop and Parsec as well. So the same familiar functionality start workstations is still available to you. And once the things are started, I see Ed's already logged in here. You simply click on launch, you go right into it. One interesting note, broadcasts, what you're broadcasting is now available as a separate tab. So instead of the HD and SD buttons up here, we've got a complete separate button to show you your broadcasts here. So if you are broadcasting, it'll display here. Right now, only Ed is, so he will see it on his screen. But if I was to broadcast Rev Live content, it would display here and I can actually go right into that. So as you can see, this is ready. So same familiar functionality, you click on this function, the button and change it into external or leave it embedded. So the same kind of look and feel is available. Once you hit launch, it'll launch the workstation just like it does before. Upload is getting a nice little upgrade. You can search and go into your projects, but now we've added pinning your folders. So you can easily pin your folders, your uploads, what you upload to existing, right? So you can change it. You can go to the bunny demo and say, I'm always uploading to the bunny demo, right? So I'll go here and just pin that folder. So now every time I come back, I don't have to keep changing it. I can just go to that pin and upload that straight from there. The look and feel, the drag, now this whole entire asset's available to drag and drop. So let me just find my sample content. So now I can just simply drag and drop here. And there you go. I'm ready to go uploading and complete it. So this functionality, it was very familiar. As you can see, we can slowly starting to add some kind of features here, and you'll continue to see this over the next few months. Is more functionality for you. And please take notes. And if you like anything you want to see here, let us know as well. Storage notifications are very important in the system. So we are providing storage notifications. So, if your storage is 80% full before you upload, we'll now let you know before you upload. And if it's 95% full, it'll give you a nice little red warning to let you know it's really full. And then you can contact us to increase it or remove files as you wish. The storage notifications are available in the client, in MCP for org admins, and also in the session dashboard as well. Download is familiar as well. So now you can download your content exactly like you were uploading as well. So all that is available here. So you can simply select any content that you want and click on the download button and off you go. So completed. Here's all your downloaded content and you can change it. And if you can imagine, we will provide functionality to pin these downloads as well in the near future as well. Setting screens, a few options for you now. If you want to have more downloads available per transfer, you can increase that. More verifications, just please take a note. If you don't have enough transfer servers, it won't do enough downloads. It'll kind of slow things down. So depending on how many transfer servers there are, it'll do that, and we'll start to surface that information for you here as well very, very soon. Hot folders got a nice new look, a very cleaned up look. So you can easily add a new hot folder using a wizard. You can click here, select your hot folder, the project you're going into, choose your options, continue, and very simple. Now you're adding your hot folder. Once the hot folder is added, it continue looks for it. And as you see up here, when content gets dropped into the hot folder, it will start transferring it automatically. So I can go here and get my folder info to see exactly which project it's going to, what the local project is. I can also open it here as well. If I'm having trouble rescanning the folder automatically, you can hit the rescan button and it'll force a scan as well. You can edit it. You can also remove it as well. So let me just move a couple of folders here. In a few minutes, it'll start. There you go. Picked up the new files that are coming in, verifying them and completing them and sending them over to your BeBop project. So very cleaned up look to do that. Then we have BeBop links. So if you have a link available that's that you want to upload folders with or really large files, use the BeBop client. It will allow you to plug that link in. And now you can actually drop entire folders and files to that location. From the browser, you can only upload files only, but with the BeBop client, you can actually upload entire folders and really large files up to gigabytes of files. So that functionality is available here, and it'll do all the testing, all the link testing as well. So here's a quick example of receiving files using BeBop links. You can also share them and download entire files as well. BeBop Flex Drive, this is our projects that you can mount locally and also in the cloud. So the same content that I have in the cloud, I can also mount locally as well. Using LucidLink, our partners, we're able to provide you this functionality to mount content locally and also in the cloud. It's called the BeBop Flex. Has a nice little cleaned up look. You can have multiple mounts. So if you have access to multiple projects, you can start mounting that in multiple locations. We also have done really nice integration work to show you how your assets are doing from a syncing standpoint, right? So if we start copying this, as you can notice, this will start showing you a file sync status, which essentially means that you still have about 4 megabytes left to be completely updated on your Flex project, which you can still use the Flex project. That's a power of LucidLink. You can still use your files and edit from it, but the entire sync is available, and how much of it is left is you can specify. You can see it here clearly now. So as we move content into our Flex project, you'll have a really live update of your sync status and how much of it is left. One other great thing, you can also manage your cache, right? So with the Flex project, you do need to have a local cache, and now you can select how much you want to dedicate to each project. If you have a read-only project, we recommend a higher cache, right? So if you have 4K content, use some higher cache. You can go as high as you want. It doesn't have to be local cache, not network-based cache. It works better if you have faster storage to work off of, but it's at your discretion on how much cache to use. And now you can select it per project, which is really awesome. So per project, the cache gets updated. And you can just simply hit unmount and it gets unmounted. And you can mount it right back as you need it to. Help Center is still available here. Once you click on the help button, all of our articles are here. You can contact us, submit a ticket. Everything is available here. It's also going to get rebranded into a darker feel and different look. But the Help Center is just a button away right here on the left. Settings, if you're transferring a lot of content and you don't want the app or your computer to go to sleep, you can just select these settings and block the power settings so it doesn't go to sleep. You can also start using some default workspaces. So you can say, always want to jump into BeBop Technology and always want to go to my Northern California project. So now those settings are saved. When the client comes up, it defaults to that. These settings are going to grow. There'll be notifications and things like that, and we'll continually add on to that. Upload will also have additional things here as well. So as you can see, we're adding things. So this is your new BeBop client, familiar look and feel, but we're, as you can see, are set up perfectly to give you more functionality. So please take notes and let us know what you need in a few minutes. Let's jump right back into our other branding. So now you just saw our new look and feel for the BeBop client. We focused on the BeBop client because it is the most used feature in our entire platform. DITs use it, editors, VFX artists, everyone uses the client as their first point of contact, get it when they get into the BeBop OS. So what's next? Let's look at our other branding that we'll be doing. The BeBop MCP. The web interface is also getting a nice new look. We'll have a nice little dashboard that kind of surfaces your entire OS and shows you exactly what you can do. Quick buttons to create new projects, start a broadcast, see recent activity, everything nicely laid out for you. The workstation screens is one of the most important ones for the users to start a workstation, view some metrics, so cleaned up look for that. Workstation usage, we'll put some emphasis on that to give all organization users a little bit more usage reporting. And org admins, you'll have a nice new interface and a consolidated interface to see all your users, assign them permissions and edit them, and very clean interface to easily manage all your users and your groups and things like that in one place. So a lot more focus on that functionality for org admins as well. Session dashboard will get a nice new look. We'll have it rebranded and give you notifications, some helpful tips, and see who else is logged on as well, and really let you interact with your recent projects, and all your project information will be available right clearly as well. And finally, BeBop Rev Live is getting not only rebranded, it's also getting renamed. So Rev Live will now be called BeBop Sessions. We decided to go with BeBop Sessions, and this will be the new nice little look. It'll include more functionality. So you can scroll through your participants, start a chat, start a jam session. So the BeBop Rev Live will start transitioning into BeBop Sessions. And now when you're in your broadcast session, you'll have a nice new look as well. Live production, I want to quickly run through the live production and then we'll jump into OS1 and what that is. So BeBop has been a post-production platform for the longest time, and recently we introduced live production, which essentially means you can get all your contribution feeds in from your cameras and your ingest, and you can have a virtual control room in BeBop. So imagine your pod that the users log into to do all your post-production work, and they use Premiere, After Effects, and tools like that. Well, now you can use your live production tools. So your VizRTs, your Grass Valley Amp, your vMix stations. We'll do all the networking. We'll set up the entire pod for you to receive content and also play it out live from the pod to broadcast. The whole live production platform is fully NDI native, right? So we have our custom NDI integrations in that pod, so you don't have to worry about throwing NDI streams around. Once you get into it, we set all that up for you, and you simply point your SRT feeds, RTMP feeds, and any contribution feeds to your BeBop pod. And from there, from your control room, use any of your favorite softwares. You can use vMix, RT, Grass Valley, anything you want, and you can have a live comm system also associated with that as well, and play it out. So this is currently being done on BeBop. We have an entire virtual control room, live production room. We can also write out those files as a growing file, so you can go straight from live production to actually editing those files and feeds as well in a post-production. So as you can imagine, you can have all your content coming into the live production pod. As the production is going on, write that out to a shared storage, and your post-production team can just pull that into Premiere, After Effects, and do all their things, and have it ready for VOD assets and all that as well. So currently being done on BeBop. If you're interested in learning more about live production, we'll do a proper office hours and introduce all those in a few weeks. But please reach out, and we can definitely give you a deeper dive into our live production as well. And that was the show and tell. We'll have a quick Q&A session shortly. I can deep dive into any of the branding look and feels, but let's get into OS 1. I will hand it over to Dave Benson to talk a little bit about OS 1.
Thank you, Sim. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to give a very quick, almost nod to what our upcoming or next office hour is going to focus on, which is our new product offering called OS 1. OS 1 at its core is really two things. It will be a overall kind of consolidation of our entire product set. So everything that Sim just went through in its new glorious rebranded state, that will start to become what we call OS 1 Enterprise, which is traditionally what all of you know BeBop as, and what we've been in the marketplace for the last 6.5 years. What OS 1, the new product, will really focus on is providing fully bundled infrastructure solutions that go along with the BeBop OS tools that you know. A lot of the ones that Sim just showed, and a lot of new ones that we're working on that we're very excited about. So those subscriptions will be coming out later this summer. We're very excited about them, and like I said, we'll dive into the details of those on our next office hour. Two other things I wanted to just put out there very quickly, related to BeBop Flex that Sim was speaking about a couple minutes ago. Also keep an eye out, and we'll go into these probably in an upcoming office hour or through some email communications, but we will be having some exciting pricing changes coming to BeBop Flex in the downward direction that all of you would hope. And we'll also be putting out some exciting new features that will allow us to work better and work more closely with existing LucidLink customers, existing LucidLink file spaces, and bringing those into your BeBop OS environments and having them natively work really well. So all that stuff is coming very soon. We're excited to dive into it with you. And again, thank you for your time this morning. Back to you, Sim. Sim, I think you're muted if you're speaking.
I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was thank you everyone for joining. Let's jump into questions and answers. Anybody have any questions? I'm happy to go back to our thing and give you more deeper dive on things, but let's open up to questions. Any questions? When does the new rebranded app release? It will be released this weekend. So we'll send a definitive date out, most likely Saturday. This weekend we'll have this available for everyone. Growing files, yes. One other note that I forgot to show here is if you have a growing file locally, so if you have something like OBS Studio or things like that are growing a file on your local platform, you can simply click on this growing button and then point it to that file. And now what it'll do is it'll upload that file, and then every about 1 minute, it'll check that file to grow. As you can imagine, this is a JPEG, that's why it errored out. But if it was a actual growing file, it'll grow it as well. Oh man, my game is not on today. Sorry about that. I forgot to. So this is the button right here. If you click on growing here, and you point it to an OBS Studio type growing file, it'll actually transfer that file and then kind of look at it and wait for it to grow. And as it sees the file is growing, it'll transfer the delta of that file. So once this is done, it'll go into a loop to wait to see. So this is a small file, that's why it didn't. It's not a growing file, so it didn't work. But essentially now it'll wait for the file to grow and transfer the delta. And on your workstation, you can actually see it growing in Premiere and just drag it right out and view the rest of the file. Yes, definitely we'll have this recording available, so anybody can jump into it and view this whole thing again, for sure. Feel free to type out the questions, and you can also just unmute and say hello, and just let us know if you have any questions here as well. All right, I think not many questions, which is great. Let me just jump right back into the presentation. We're always looking to add features to our platform. So if you have any feature requests, please scan this QR code and let us know what features you would like to add to the platform. I will also add that to, let me just add that to the chat window. We'll also send an email out to everyone, but simply send us any feature requests you have. So I added that link here in the chat window. Please feel free to let us know what you would like to see and add that here. And that will conclude our office hours. Thank you everyone for joining. What's next for us? Always exciting stuff. I'll tease you a little bit. Web 3.0, OTT, all those wonderful things are coming in the near future in this roadmap. So please join into next office hours. Include anybody you'd like to join into this, and we'll give you a deeper dive look into our continuous work.
And Sim, I could also I can tack on for everybody. We will be posting the video and transcript of this week. So that way you've got something that you can point back to and share with your colleagues. Give us a couple of days to pull those transcripts and just kind of pretty it up with some screenshots. But for the blog, but you can look for that in our social media and on the website.
Have a great day,
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.